Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you haven't been to my channel before, I like to talk about things in my life like renovation, something that I've already started on. I've even done an intro video to it, so please check it out, and it's also mentioned in my Instagram. All of those links will be provided below. I want to talk about my mental health. That's a huge thing in my life, challenges that I'm trying to overcome with that, and I've had some setbacks lately along with a bunch of other stuff going on in my life. Lifestyle changes and eating better, a bunch of different stuff like that is what I'm working on essentially. So this blog and that I'm working on, iamkatie.net, it's officially up. It still says currently unavailable, but you're able to read my posts on it. But today I wanted to talk about something serious. One of the topics though that I did want to bring up as my day-to-day struggles. This issue has to do with my pets, and in particularly my cat, Eleanor. I even provided receipts, the full deal right here, to everything that I need to talk to you about it. So first of all, I had made a post a while on my blog about kind of talking about how she was sick, but we didn't know what was wrong with her. This was literally days before we found out. And I first got my cat when I was 17 years old, so I've had her for a long time. I was going through a really hard time in my life. I was living in a very abusive home, very, very abusive home. I didn't have any real friends that I could talk to about this. I was very isolated because that's something that an abuser does, is they isolate their victims from talking to other people and stuff like that. I really didn't have anybody. And when I got Eleanor, she was my first cat ever. She's this little black cat. She's around 6 pounds, give or take. And she's full grown and I love her. She's a rescue cat. And to make a really long story short of how I got her, it's a great story though. But basically, we were staying for spring break in the North Georgia mountains, and we went to this hole in the wall type restaurant. And we went outside of the restaurant one day, and there were all these cats there. Rare, rare, rare. And in particular, there was this little black tiny fuzzball, and she was the loudest and most vocal and chattiest of them all. And she got closer to us than any of the other cats, but she still did not want us touching her, don't get me wrong, but she still was curious and the sassiest. Rare, and then she'd jump off the next, log. Rare, rare, and I'm like, oh, that I want that kitty. And I swore that if I had her, that it would be the last thing I would ever ask my parents for, but I knew it wasn't going to happen. I'd never had a cat before. I had a dog already, Corky, my corgi. Again, another topic for another day. I love that dog. He passed away. He was older though. But anyway, it was a great experience, and I asked if it was a male or female, and she said female, and I'm like, a little girl. And my father had this mentality, this complex where he had to just show off. He had to. And he told everybody there, he told me in front of everybody there that if I could catch that cat, I could keep her. Still didn't believe him. Chronic liar, compulsive liar. But the next day we get there, that lady, she really cared for the cats. She really wanted them to have homes. She saw it as an out of, getting homes for one of those cats. She caught that cat with her bare hands, and she came running into there, blood covering her, like scratches and stuff like that, and she caught the cat. And I'm thinking, oh no, oh no. I was worried about, is my father going to embarrass me? He's going to finally say, I didn't mean it, but at the same time, I didn't want to get my hopes up either. But even then, I was still worried about what other people would think about his behavior. But anyway, what I didn't know was that my mom had already resolved herself that if we caught the cat, that for sure that we would keep her and she would make him keep the promise. So she did, and I remember getting in the car full of our packed stuff. It was our last day, thinking, how are we going to make the 2-hour trip home? And she had never seen a window before, bam, right into it inside after she got out of my arms. Because it was like holding a ferret to me. I'd never held a cat before. And we made it. We made it. And now I will be 29 later this year. Eleanor will be 12 years old next month, June 3rd, Anderson Cooper's birthday, my hero. So anyway, that is the story of how I got Eleanor, a very quick summary of it. And Eleanor and I had grown really, really close. She's my best friend. She's my mini me. I'm telling you, she's my little mini me. She has my sass. She dislikes the same people I dislike. She loves the people that I love. She's finicky about certain things. She has her ways, which, yeah, I know you guys are probably like, well, that's a cat thing. And true, it is a cat thing, but there are certain aspects of those cat things that fit her completely. Well, anyway, let me look at my timetable here. So April 9th, which was a Monday, we took her to the vet just in case because she had a little fall off one of the tray tables. She was on a tray table while I was sitting on the couch just sassing away, rant, 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 like she always does. That's what she sounds like. And she accidentally slipped backwards and fell off and hurt her hip really badly. And she seemed to be really sore and could barely walk on it. So we took her in and we got x-rays and we found out she has arthritis in her left hip, and it devastated me. Absolutely devastated me. But, I mean, her age, and, you know, we were given Dasequin, I think that's how you pronounce it, for cats to put on her food. And at this time, I had just gone back to Duluth, where I am now, the renovation house. I had been at my own house for a while. So anyway, I had come back here. So around, I'm sorry, I'm still looking at my document. I want to be as precise and accurate as possible with what I tell you guys. So ever since then, so my mom was taking care of Eleanor by myself. I did not bring her here. She's actually here with me today, which maybe if she comes out, I'll show you. But she's on a little makeshift perch we made over here, over on against the window. So anyway, which she is laying on. So anyway, the next day, she was doing horribly. My mom was calling me and talking to me frantically. She was vomiting dark stuff, vomiting like crazy, would not eat, very, very ill, and she was chronicling everything as it was going on. Like, at first, it wasn't a matter of throwing up. At first, it wasn't a matter of still not eating. But Eleanor was really bad. She was running around, hiding in tiny spaces, calling out anything she could. I called my veterinarian. It's a whole nother story that I'm still very pissed off about, and it's still not over yet. They have not heard the last from me, and I mean it, they really have not, but up to four times in order to contact them about getting in to see Eleanor. And I'm like, guys, I try not to be difficult with you guys, you know, and I love the front staff before this, and I still like most of them, don't get me wrong. There's just a few bad eggs in the bunch, and those few bad eggs I'm not happy with. But I called and I was like, please, just tell the doctor, even if it's 2 minutes, tell the doctor. He needs to know. And then it's to the point where she's not eating. This is really serious. And the point where, and you know, she's not eating and she's almost 12 years old. She's my senior cat. And she was just here yesterday, guys. Monday, she was there for the x-ray for hip. Tuesday, completely feeling bad. It's serious. So finally, my fourth call, I called right after they closed without meaning to. And I leave this voicemail. I tell them, I'm like, you guys need to call me back. I hope that you guys call me back before I call you back in the morning. She's 12 years old. She's almost 12 years old. She's my senior cat. She's not eating. We all know that's a bad sign. Come on, guys. When am I going to hear from you? And I'm thinking to myself, but I did not say it in the message, you guys are so damn lucky that I am not in the vicinity. Because if I was, I would have been there, and they would not have been able to get me to leave until I talked to the doctor myself. They were awful about it. And one of these girls in particular, I'm going to try not to say her name on here, but I want to. She even told me, this was like one of the calls about that, she said, well, the doctor's not in, well, this was like a Tuesday. She said, well, the doctor is not in on Thursday, and tomorrow, which was the Wednesday at the time, he's completely booked, so the soonest you can bring her in is Friday. And I'm like, the soonest? But this is really dire. So I made the appointment anyway, but I was not done calling. So anyway, around 8:30ish the next day, I get a call back saying, the doctor got my message finally, bring her in immediately. So she was brought in. He had no idea why she was the way that she was, but he instantly gave her a nausea shot, an anti-nausea shot, I'm sorry, and to make her at least feel a little bit better. He had no idea why, and they took some blood work. He said that cats, this is an analogy, this isn't the issue with my cat, but they don't have the ability to really understand what's going on with them. So like, for example, if they have a bladder infection, they see it as every time I go in the litter box, every time I go, I hurt. not that my bladder hurts or something's wrong with me. So what do? They avoid the litter box. They avoid the litter box because they think every time I go to the litter box, I hurt. So that's what was going on. And she was hiding. She was hiding from the pain, and she didn't know what was going on. So we get the blood results a few days later. A few days, I know, it's this place. Don't get me started. And we find out she has chronic kidney failure. What day was this? Let's see, the 13th, April 13th on a Friday, that Friday. We find out that she has chronic kidney failure, and they want to keep her for a few days for constant fluids and monitoring and stuff like that. And it's really bad. And I'm trying to summarize and make it without too many technical terms to keep it on a straight to no type basis to inform you guys, because there's so much to the story. This was only on the 13th, and today is what is today? The May 1st. So I have a lot of stuff to talk about today. So anyway, we left her there, and I called all the time, several times a day, to check on her, to see how she was doing. They claimed to me in person, which I found out yesterday because I obtained a copy of her records, that they were kind of lying to me, kind of. No, they flat out lied to me, said she was eating, but on all the charts every day they were saying not really eating, not eating well, and that was a concern of theirs. They did not tell this to me, but I figured as much, because when she came home, she wouldn't eat. And she would at least eat a few bites of her own kibble. And then, let's see, going on to the 17th, she came home. That's when she came home, and that's when that happened. So then, on April 22nd, Earth Day was a Sunday, my mom came here to the renovation house to visit us and to bring Eleanor so we could all be together through this difficult time and to have some time just to spend together and do stuff. And I had missed my mom, I missed my cat, and she would be here. And I had gotten the thumbs up from the doctor that it was okay that she stayed here for a few days, Eleanor. And he gave her an appetite stimulant called Entice, which is typically for dogs, but he said it would be okay for Eleanor. Well, we gave it to her that day, and I also gave her some water via syringe. It's more technical on my actual page because this is for the doctor specialist that we're going to see today that we'll talk about. But she was not getting better, and when I saw her for the first time since all of this had happened, she was just bony. It scared me to death. I didn't know how to handle it. It freaked me out. On Tuesday, April 24th, I ended up calling a local place with good reviews, and I was like, guys, can you see if I get her records faxed to you guys? Can you guys see her today to get fluids? She needs fluids, because the original clinic from where I lived before, where my mom still lives, was giving me the runaround about bring her in on Thursday. We'll get the results on Monday, and this was a Tuesday, and I'm like, I don't have the time to wait till Monday while she gets worse and worse and to literally do nothing. So that's why I'm like, I'm done with this. I'm done. I'm done with timetables and waiting. I understand sometimes with blood results, maybe a day or so, but when I can't even get in until Thursday, and I tried to tell them that I was not in the area, that they knew before I was in the process of moving. I've been telling them this for a long time. I saw on my record how they put that I was out of town and I could not make it, which is bullshit, but whatever. That's a whole bunch of stuff I'm still going through, reading the lies on the chart of things that I did not say, or things that really happened, but they told me on the phone differently. So anyway, this place has definitely got my number on that. So anyway, let's see. So she got immediate blood work, free exam. This place is called VCA Lilburn in Georgia. It's a great place. I'm actually giving them a shout out because they really helped my cat out a lot. And they saw her immediately. They even had her name on a chalkboard, like written on a chalkboard. And they gave her fluids. They did not give her fluids, but they did give her the blood work. We got the results back the next day, and she was diagnosed with a UTI. No ketones or whatever you say it in it, which is good because it means that she doesn't have anything like diabetes or anything like that. But it's apparently it's common. I'm learning as I'm going on about issues with cats with chronic kidney failure. And the blood results were really bad. She was put on fluids immediately. She was given an antibiotic shot, and she was giving an anti-nausea shot as well. So still trying to get her to eat. And up until this point, to this day, what we're doing is we're giving her anything to eat. And the doctor agrees with us. Leftovers when it comes to meat, like teriyaki chicken, pulling it into little pieces, putting it on a plate with her. And she's up to eating about maybe 3 tablespoons. But before she was eating like nothing, or maybe 1 or 2 bites, if that. And when she first got here, I force fed her a tiny little strand of tuna. I mean, and the old Eleanor, she is an eater, even though she doesn't look like it. She sometimes tricks us for breakfast. Like she'll wake my mom up at 6 a.m. to feed her, and then later at 8 or 9 she'll wake me up to feed her, and then we'll talk later, and I'll say, "Don't worry, I already fed her breakfast." No, I fed her breakfast though, and she'll be fed twice. And that's the kind of cat she is, and she has so much energy. She's so chatty. In my blog, I even have a video of her, rah, 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 and that's how she is. Everyone always says that she's the chattiest cat, and they wouldn't know until they saw her. So she's been getting fluids, the 26th immediately. Let's see, the 29th she was given fluids again. I'm trying to get it to be done 3 times a day. And she was given her normal appetite stimulants. Mirtazapine is a new one that's supposed to be stronger, and it's working. It's still not working the way I would like it to, but she is calling out for food. So sorry about that. She's calling out for food. And so that's definitely a good thing. And so she had about 4 tablespoons of food if you include the ice cream that I gave her. Again, it's just anything to get her to eat. So she's starting to, be out with everyone, stuff like that. So anyway, okay, so it looks like I looked at my timeline wrong, and that was April 29th that she was that way. So, but I mean, just continuing taking her. Every day is a struggle with this cat and with this disease because it's chronic. Both doctors have said, "I know you know, and I mean this in the nicest way, but we're fighting a losing battle." My cat is so young to be going through this, and I know she goes through times where she's in pain and times where she feels better. We really can tell a difference. But it's a constant of, it's very hard because when you wake up, you don't know. Is this going to be one of those horrendous, horrific, I can't even stand it, I want to literally die days? Or is this a not as bad, still bad, because every day is not great, but can it be fixed with fluids type day? And I don't know if I'm going to end up driving her to get fluids or not that particular day. That's how bad it is. It's costly. The stay for the hospital alone at the place near my old house was about $500, and the stay for oh, there's my dog in the background, Haru. And the stay for near here is about $900. If I were to do a stay, I don't know what I would do about that. But she did say, the doctor, that she needed, that if Eleanor didn't start eating more, she would have to go on another stay. And we've been taking her to doctor after doctor. I've been using all of my time and energy. I don't think I can convey the energy that I have given to this cat through this hard time and what it has done for me. There have been times where I've been so frustrated I wanted to bam my head into the wall until I just pass out. I have not done these things, don't worry guys, but I've wanted to. And today, we made an appointment. It was a big issue because my phone stopped working yesterday. Luckily, I was able to fix it. Where I made an appointment at this specialist, this cat specialist that also specializes in senior cats. And so we're taking her today, consultation for an hour. My boyfriend's getting off work early, so we're going together to take her to see if they can do anything extra that's not already done. I haven't stopped going to the places, but that way I want to cover more bases, see if they have any extra treatments. This is expensive, guys. I created a GoFundMe. It's totally not my character. It goes against, I have a strong sense of pride. I'm not knocking down people that create GoFundMes. It's just for me, I'm shy, I get embarrassed, I don't like sharing my private life. But I've created one, and it's down in the link below. So please watch it, you guys. Please watch please watch it. Please click on it. Please donate, even $5, please guys. Nobody's donating right now. I've had a few, and I'm very grateful for those people. But I gotta get some help here. I've got to have some sense of, I can do this. Please help me. The link will be down below. So anyway, that's part 1. 1 second, and I'll get to part 2. Alright, so I'm at part 2, And I tried to use part one as quickly as possible to summarize. I mean, and that was me summarizing for 20 minutes about my cat and what we've gone through, all the highs and lows. I say highs and lows, but it's highs, or it's lows and then kind of lows, because we're trying to get her to the line. And once she's stabilized, it's a lot easier. And I think we're almost at that point, thank goodness. But again, it's really difficult. And back to the GoFundMe, I created a GoFundMe. It's www.gofundme.com/mycathasKidneyFailure. I wanted it to be an easy one. My cat has kidney failure. It's very hard for me to accept, you guys. This cat has been with me through everything. I have a straight face, and I'm saying it matter-of-factly, I think because I'm in video mode and I'm in informative mode and I'm just trying to get the message out. Please, guys, please donate. Consider donating $1 or $5 even. Please, it all adds up. And then most importantly, share it to your social media platforms. Share it on your Twitter and Instagram and, you know, your Facebook even. Please, guys, please. This cat, if you knew her, I understand that there's a lot of people in this world that need money and donations, and a lot of people need help. I get that, and I want to help others too. But please, right now, I need help. Please. And that's not the point of this video, is just to ask for money. But I had to include the GoFundMe in there, and that shameless self-promotion is what I call it for myself. I feel guilty, but it's necessary because I need to get the word spread out. This is my cat, and I'm willing to do anything, whatever it takes for this cat. And so it's been a challenge of not knowing. And now that we know, more blood tests, and I feel bad for her, and more fluids and stuff like that. And that's what we're working on at this point. That's what we're working on. So today, the specialist, after that I might give a little update on Twitter, or at least and work on my blog. So check out my blog again. My website name is imkatie.net. imkatie.net. It'll say something like currently not available, something like that. But then the blog posts are still available to read though, because I'm still writing in it. It's just the main page and the theatrics, the beauty of the page, all of that takes time, and it's something that I'm still working on. It takes a lot of time, but right now my priority is Eleanor. I have not done anything, unfortunately, with renovations. I haven't gone shopping for linens or anything like that. The last, thing that I got was that blanket for the guest bedroom for my mom's visit right around the time that we found out what was going on. It's all happened so fast. I mean, let's see, when was she diagnosed? She was diagnosed on the 13th, and today is May 1st. So it hasn't even been a month since I found this out, and it's literally every single day, every minute of every day is dedicated to her, and begging her, trying to get her to eat. I even on non-fluid days fill up little tiny syringes of water and give it to her via her mouth to drink. And it works. She kind of likes it to a degree, but anything to keep her fluids up. She's stubborn. She's a cat, and this is hard, and she's probably going to be under a new medicine. I should know the name of this medicine, but I don't remember the name. And it's a medicine that I heard that they might consider giving Eleanor today, and it's going to be expensive, along with the probiotic. I mean, people say, oh, probiotic vitamins, you don't need that for animals. We don't even need that. As a former pharmacy technician, well, I say former, but as a licensed pharmacy technician, everybody could use probiotics in their life. I take one every day. Many people should take one, and if it helps Eleanor, I don't give a damn what anybody says about what she needs or what she doesn't need. If it helps her and the doctor says that it's necessary, along with her other stuff, because I believe in many different treatments to help her, I'm going to do it. And I've also considered, there's a Georgia pet rehabilitation place that we were going to take Haru, and I still plan on it when we have money for that as well, for her hip problems that she's gotten, that we found out only literally a week before we found this about Eleanor. We found out that Haru has pre-arthritis in her hips as well. And not only that, she has, issues with, pre-hip dysplasia and stuff like that. And what we're doing with walking her and stuff is really great too. But I've got 2 animals, and last week too, Haru had a stomach issue that luckily she went through. We called the vet and we talked it out, and she feels better. She must have eaten something that didn't agree with her. But it's like, Please, life, give me a break. And I'm having some issues with my own mental health and also trying to get help for my mental health. I had a huge setback today. I don't want to talk about it in this video. This video is about my pets, but it's just like, I need to catch a break. Please, guys, subscribe to my channel, share my channel, and please, follow me on Twitter and Instagram, because it is about the blog, but right now it's becoming the point where it's about exposure for my pet and getting help for my cat. And that's what's really, really important to me. This has been a super long video, I know, but please, links below for my Twitter, my Instagram, and my actual iamkatie.net website. But also for the GoFundMe, remember www.gofundme.com/mycathhaskidneyfailure. The link will be provided below as well. Please spread the word, and if you can donate even $1 or $5, please, please help me. I can't believe I would ever be begging like this on a video posted to YouTube. But I wanted you guys to be in the know of my cat, so if things get better or worse, I wouldn't have to completely start over from scratch, because I should have updated you guys like 2 weeks ago about this. And my updates won't be as long in the future, now that we've kind of summarized up to speed. And if you guys have any questions for me or comments or anything, you can either respond on the link, you guys can go to my website, tweet me, message me on Instagram, do a comment on my photos, whatever you want to do, I will respond. Just please don't be hateful. Don't say stuff like, put your cat down, because she's not at that stage yet. She's in the beginning stages. I don't want to talk about putting down my pet. It is fatal, but that doesn't mean that I shouldn't try to fight for her. So if you have that kind of attitude, get off my page. I don't want you here. Bye-bye. But, if you have, any advice to give me, whether it's for my video, for my blog, or back to the issue of this video, which is my cat or my pets in general, please let me know. I'm totally open to hearing that. I will respond. I care about what you guys have to say. I said all along that I want my page, I want all of this to be like a discussion. I want us to all talk about things. I want us to all be open with each other and everything like that. So I'm sorry if I stumbled on my words a little bit. Part of that is just I thought that if I spoke from the heart instead of having a completely scripted type dialogue, that I could come across better and I could really try to share what I'm feeling. Even though I know I speak a little monotone with this right now, but this is me at my best as far as how I'm coming across. I don't want to record. I mean, sometimes maybe that works for other people and that's fine, but when I'm at my worst and I'm crying on the couch or I'm sobbing on the floor, just knocking on the ground, just wondering why and just hating the world, I don't want to film that. I want to talk about Eleanor and I want to help her, but I don't think filming me having a breakdown is going to do Eleanor any good. If you have opinions other than mine, that's fine. And it's just something that we're going through right now. But please help me, please help my cat, please help my family, and please follow me, because I still haven't stopped on the renovations. Just right now, it's at a hiatus, because with money and stuff in our time, it has to be dedicated to Eleanor. But I still, also on my Twitter, I talk about my diet a lot, which was part of my blog, and trying to eat healthier and like better lifestyle and stuff like that. So you'll see the other stuff too, but just know that for right now, a huge chunk of my work with this project of mine will be dedicated to helping Eleanor. So I hope that you guys have a good rest of the day. We're going to the specialist. Part of what you heard on the text was my boyfriend texting me that he's on his way home right now. And as soon as he comes home, we're going to take Eleanor for her appointment, for her 1-hour consultation specialty appointment. That part I'm excited about, but I'm all bundled of nerves too. I'm just hoping that we'll find good news. I'm praying that I can keep it together. I have to do, I am the voice for my animals. I think everybody is for their pets. And the people on my personal Facebook page, I've had really good feedback with as far as supporting me. But please, again, my GoFundMe, gofundme.com/ or gofundme.com, my cat has kidney failure. Just please, I'm sorry I stumbled with that. I'm like, wait a minute, but the links are below. Twitter and my Instagram, and please share this video, share my channel, subscribe. Please, please, please follow my journey, you guys. I want to share it with all of you guys. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. I'll talk to you later. This one is not as edited as my other video was, but I'm working on that for the other ones. This one's just a regular discussion type video. Have a great day, you guys. I'll inform you all about how the appointment goes and just talk to you later. Bye.